Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be doing the oil change on the tackle mesh. I know I probably said that wrong. So it took me a while to get the right lubricants, a bit hard to find over here in West Wales. But I got some classic 30 or SE 30 for the engine and some 8090 for the gearbox. So gone through all the manuals, I got the paper and the online ones. The engine needs just under 1.5 litres and the gearbox needs 3/4 of a litre. So not too much, but as we all know with the Argos, the drain plugs are right down by there, facing each other. So without taking them both out to empty them, I got myself a massive little syringe, pulls 200ml at a time. I know it's taking me a while, but I just like a measure coming out to see what the levels are coming out. And the same putting it back in, I can measure and putting it back in. Obviously got some 1/4-inch air line off one of the air ride vehicles I got. So I can get it right down into the bottom of the sump, drag it all up, any muck hopefully I can pull out as well. And we'll get them changed over. We'll do one at a time, see what the condition's like, because guaranteed these haven't been changed for a very long time. Let's see what happens. As well, it's worth noting, I've had the engine running for 10 minutes just to get everything nice and warm. Bit of movement in there, so everything's been churned up and it's flowing a bit easier. So hopefully it'll suck up nice and easy. Let's go. Right, so that's one pull out. There's 200ml in there of nice black oil, but it's flowing nice and smooth. It's not too thick, it's not too gunky, this is all good. So as you can see, I left my air ride pipe in there and just pulled the rubber bung loose so I can empty it back out. 200ml down, 1300ml to go. Fun. Right, so that's the engine empty. I only had just over 1 litre of oil come out. See, I don't know if I can get right to the bottom, but I know it was on the dipstick it was showing just above empty, and I wasn't going to top it up because I knew I was doing the oil change soon. So now it's empty. We'll fill it up, get some nice new oil in there, do the same with the gearbox, fire it up and see what happens. Right guys, so I've put 6 syringefuls in, so you're looking at 1200ml of oil, and on the dipstick it is just showing, once it focuses, if it focuses, there it is. Hard to see on the camera, it's smack halfway, it's on the OK. So that's good enough for me for now. I'll fire it up, run it in once I change the gearbox oil. We'll see how it sits then. Right, so I'm just pulling out the gearbox dipstick. I'll be honest, I've never dipped this, to be honest with you, even when I had it new. Oh, it's not looking too bad of a colour, and it's just on maximum. So we know the level there is right. I'll measure that coming out. Should be 3/4 of a litre. We'll see if it is or not. And we'll put some new oil back in. Alright, so this is the first syringe full of oil out of the gearbox. A lot thicker than the engine oil, a lot harder to pull through. But it's not too bad. I think I was spoiled with the engine oil being so thin. It doesn't look too bad, it's coming out. Not brand new, but obviously if it was black it would have big problems. It's looking good, so roughly another 2 syringefuls, put a new one in, and we're good to go. Right, that's the last of it coming out. So I had 3 full syringefuls and just under half, so look at 700ml, so it should be 750 in there. So there must be a little bit left in the bottom I can't get, but I'm happy with that. A little bit dark when I got to the bottom, but still nowhere near a colour I need to worry about. So just pouring the rest of that in. Then we'll do the same process. We'll suck it out of the new one, straight into the gearbox, measure it, dip it, fire it up, leave it circulate, check the levels, and that's another job off the list hopefully. Right, so I've dropped 3.5 syringefuls of oil in. As the camera focuses, it is smack on the max fill line, so I'm happy with that. We'll put it in, nip it up with a 10mm spanner, not too tight because it was a night when it come out. We'll fire it up, leave it on circulate for 10 minutes or so, re-dip them and see what it looks like. There we are, so it's just ticking over nice now. Idling spot on, you can change gears nice and easy. So the engine was warm but now cold oil, no choke. First rotation it's fired up, ticking over nice. We'll give that 10 minutes and then we'll dip the oils. Right, it's been a good 10 minutes now. Shut it off, it's nice and warm. Check the gearbox first. That is smack on the line. I'm happy with that one. No top up required there. Check the engine oil. That is spot on halfway where we left it as well, just on the OK. So that's OK for me. It's another job off the list. So next job, get in the air, take all the wheels off, clean up all the axles. As you can see, they're quite dirty and rusty. Even though I've greased that nipple, I need to grease all the other nipples, clean up the flanges, get it all tidy, and then we can start playing with it. Hopefully take it for its first expedition. See you next time, guys.